This week, we're going to start movie genre number 2, which is comedy. Let me start off by asking you a question. As an actor, do you think it would be more difficult to be in a comedy movie or more difficult to be in a dramatic movie or a drama? Comedy or drama? Many people would argue drama. Many people would argue comedy. But as a director, in my opinion, it is more difficult to be in a comedy movie. You might be surprised to hear me say that. Maybe you were thinking of drama, but in my opinion, it's more difficult to be funny. I can speak as a former actress myself. There were times where I would try to be funny, whether it was doing a silly character or something like that, and it fell flat, meaning nobody laughed. But in those moments when I did do a character and people were laughing hysterically, I don't know if there's any better feeling in the world as an actor. That's why comedy movies are either super duper successful or really big disasters because maybe the comedy just didn't work. And we'll talk more about why. A comedy film is a genre of film that uses humor as a driving force. The aim of a comedy film is to elicit laughter, which means make people laugh through entertaining stories and characters. Although the comedy film may take on some serious material, most have a happy ending. As we will discuss, comedy movies may have moments of being serious, especially if they're dealing with real life issues. But when you leave a comedy movie, you should be feeling uplifted. You should be feeling happy. You should walk out of a comedy movie feeling good. Whereas with some other genres, you might leave feeling upset, not with a comedy movie. Comedy film has the tendency to become a hybrid subgenre because humor can be incorporated into many other genres. What does that mean? Let's talk about it. Comedy movie subgenres include action comedy, horror comedy, dramedy, and slapstick. And we'll talk about each one of those subgenres now. And action comedy combines action with humor. Action comedy relies on the characters to bring out the humor, while the action scenes tend to be less intense than in a traditional action movie. So there are many action movies where the action is so intense, you're sitting on the edge of your seat, you're biting your nails. In an action comedy, there might be moments of that, but there's also laughter throughout the film. Examples include Rush Hour, Austin Powers, Sharknado. Horror comedy combines traditional horror movie themes and characters with comedy. Horror comedy films aim to scare the audience, but also provide comical outlets that allow the audience to laugh at their fear. So a horror comedy will scare you, but you'll also find yourself laughing. A horror comedy shouldn't be really scary the whole time. It should be a good balance between feeling scared but also laughing. Some examples include Beetlejuice, Young Frankenstein, and Eight-Legged Freaks. Dramedy. Think drama, comedy, dramedy. Dramedy film is a genre that has a dramatic tone, yet has important elements of comedy. This balance provides comedic relief for the audience while still addressing serious issues. If you're watching a comedy movie and you feel yourself relating to it, thinking, I've been through that, and still laughing, that is considered dramedy. Examples include Mean Girls, 10 Things I Hate About You, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. If you recognize these movies, you recognize they all take place during high school. So you might see issues of bullying. You might see issues of makeups and breakups. You might see issues of kids getting in trouble. So it has that drama side, but you're also laughing, which makes it a comedy. Slapstick is the really over-the-top, goofy, silly comedies where you're either laughing your head off or you're thinking, what am I watching? A slapstick comedy is a subgenre of film that incorporates physical comedy into the story. So slipping on a banana peel and falling or smacking your head into a wall, that really physical comedy that's very goofy. Slapstick uses visual action, such as harmless violence and horseplay, to depict humor. It often relies on comedic timing and a controlled physical performance of a single actor or actress. Comedic timing, what does that mean? Comedic timing means two people could tell the same joke. This person is hilarious, this person, it's not funny. Because comedic timing is everything about the way you say a joke, about when you say a joke. It's all about timing. With action, we talked about how action movies use music. For comedy, we're going to talk about the art of timing, where we will discuss how timing works when it comes to comedy. Jim Carrey is one of my favorite actors, a fellow Canadian. He is a great example of someone who does slapstick comedy, whether it's Ace Ventura, whether it's Dumb and Dumber, whether it's The Mask. He does lots of movies with slapstick comedy. Home Alone, many of you have probably seen. It is considered slapstick comedy because think about all the pranks that Kevin Arnold does to those poor burglars who are trying to break into his house. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and let's go watch a comedy movie. Bye.